I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. But wait, how did I get here? How did I get into business? Before I go into my story, I want to share with you the story of some successful people that you know, how their parents and the societal influence during their time would have destroyed their dream. Now, here is the story of Steve Jobs, the CEO of Apple International, who was admitted into college to study medicine in the year 1972 at Reed's College. You see, just like many persons, his passion for medicine was actually driven by his parents, probably because his parents never finished high school. They never attended high school. And just like many parents today, when they fail, they want their children to complete or to be a completion to their success story. This was the story of Steve Jobs, and do you know what? Steve Jobs, after 6 months in the university, he dropped out because he later found out that that was not his passion. He discovered that there was life beyond his parents' opinion or fulfilling what makes his parents happy. It's his life in the first place, not his parents. Yeah. So the true Steve Jobs started playing out actually after 6 months in college. And he took a drastic decision to step out of high school. He believed that his dream was actually different from his parents' dream. Quite amazing, Steve Jobs became one of the richest people that ever lived. And wait, do you know that if he had followed that his parents' choice or what the society suggested to be a nice career, trying to fulfill his parents' dream, it could have cost him a lot. Number one, not because he is not fulfilling purpose, but he won't be happy doing whatsoever his parents actually suggested to him. But to get short at the interesting story of Bill Gates. Bill Gates started a career into law, which was actually inspired by his parents. Can you imagine? His parents also. This doesn't disprove the fact that parents can suggest a course or what they feel a child should do or the path a child should follow. But you imposing or creating an environment that will make the child have a particular choice as the only option, it's actually very wrong. Now, Gates started a career in law, sponsored by his parents' choice, his parents' opinion, and what the society have for them at the particular time, the prestige on that profession, law. You want to be a lawyer, and in that prestigious University of Harvard. So you know what that means? Yeah, you are going to study law in Harvard, and that sounded interesting. But wait, at age 13, this guy actually wrote his first programming code. Oh God, that was at age 13. And he also helped form a group of programmers in high school. You can see what, I don't know if you are seeing what I'm saying. This guy at the age of 13 has started programming, imputing stuff, and he already started organizing people, having a group that actually started the TOD company at age 13 to age 15. You can imagine that 1975, which was barely 2 years after he got admitted into college, he opted out of school. Deferred his admission. When you defer your admission, you have the probability of coming back. So he was able to convince his parents that he would return to school. He just needed to try out his passion. He needed to try out his skill. After Gates was able to successfully convince his parents that, see, wait, I didn't drop out. I just deferred my admission so that I can try out my passion, my dream. Just give me time to actually try out this dream, this passion of mine. Yeah, it actually worked out. Gates and Allen saw an opportunity to start up their own software company, and it became the largest software company in the world. Oh, but wait. What was he looking for? Oh, lest I forget, the society that we are in today, and probably our parents, have the wrong perspective about schooling. And so many young people today don't know the reason for schooling. I mean, they don't even know the reason why school was actually originated. In the industrial age, there were 3 or 4 core purposes or core reasons for schooling. And guess what? Many parents, even young people in school today, don't even know these reasons for schooling and why the government actually brought up this idea. You see, one, it was an economic strategy to train by the government, actually, to train people on how to manage industrial machines and other industrial activities. That was then. And you should also understand that this is one basic reason why students are being taught for the industry or to work in a particular sector. Students are being trained to work for people, and you hardly see lessons about money in the university or in high school. Okay, number 2, it was for educational purposes. You see, the colonizers or our colonizers then brought up the educational strategy or schooling strategy to train people so that it will make communication easier. And number 3, which most of our parents actually focuses on, is as a source of income. And guess what? Do you know that because our parents have stationed us or have positioned us to actually follow that path and built in us the wrong mindset that when we finish school, we are going to get a white-collar job, which is going to, earn us money. And they just want their child to be comfortable, which was actually the wrong mindset. So they brought you into the system without them understanding the system, and you yourself that they are bringing into the system, you don't even care to understand. And this is actually one of the reasons why we have so many unemployed young people today, and they are not making proper use of their life. But wait, is this story about the school is calm or that stuff, school is calm, blah blah blah? Oh, that's not actually. You see, the government actually focuses on the economic strategy or the economic importance of schooling, while our parents focuses on the source of income that they are going to get if you actually perform well and you get a white-collar job. And come on, that's amazing. Yeah, but do you know that in an interview with Bill Gates in Harvard university, or not so long now, he mentioned something. He said in a year, I think every year, he finishes up to 4 courses, online courses. Yeah, every year. Just imagine that. That shows the importance of the educational aspect of schooling in our life. Is this story talking about school is calm, like there's no importance for schooling, or is it talking about entrepreneurship is the only path to, to success? I don't know, but you need to hear my story, and from here I'm going to give my opinion. Now, at the age of 15, thereabout, I was confronted with these same opinions. The society has different opinions to suggest to you. As a science student, I just went for sciences, because of my love for those courses. Those were the courses I was doing very well at. So I went for those courses. And when it was time for me to choose a career path after the old professional stuff, just like you saw Steve Jobs and Bill Gates chose nice professions, but that wasn't their line actually. So I chose pharmacy, or I was of the opinion either pharmacy or medicine, since that was the 2 basic professional courses at the time, or that I know. But it was quite fortunate for me that I was admitted into a medical course in the University of Benin. The whole story started where I started my IT in a state specialist hospital. At this point, I hated business. Guess what? I hated business due to the things I saw about business people. Some of the things that I saw about business people when I was still very young. And some people will be like, we gave you money and all of that so that you can survive. And I felt bad. I don't want anybody to feel I depended on them. But not knowing that that was actually not it. And in my days during my IT, I met somebody that God used to actually transform my life, and it was my boss in the state specialist hospital at the time. He told me some things about entrepreneurship, and he told me he was able to sit down and try to find out my passion. And he introduced some things about life to me, and I was able, after reading so many books, I think he gave me about 9 books on entrepreneurship and passion at the time. I began to read some of these books, and this was how I was able to decipher the true me. And that was the beginning of my journey into entrepreneurship. He told me about life, he told me about business, he told me about wealth, and he told me that as at the time, the highest paid medical doctor in Nigeria, in the particular state specialist hospital I was doing my IT at the time, was taking less than 500,000 naira, I think about 450,000 after taking out the taxes. And I was like, oops, but this is actually not what I was actually after. But wait, I got my visions, my dreams right, and I decided to pursue entrepreneurship. Now, this is the purpose of this story. I started a career I loved, but I didn't love the career. I entered into medical courses. I entered into a medical course. While little things irritate me, I don't just like medicine and anything connected to medicine. But because it was a professional course, and everybody love it when I tell them I'm into medical this and medical that. The prestige was there, but that was not what I loved. So it's high time you don't allow the society to determine what you should become in life. It's high time you don't allow your parents to determine what you want to become. Your life, it's your life. You don't allow people to make your life a completion of their success stories, or maybe to cover up for their failures. Or you don't make your life to impress others. Don't use your life to impress others. Live your life at the maximum and be fine. And also, I would love you to share your experiences or your opinion about these stories in the comment section below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel so that you will get some more interesting content from this channel.